We're making a dish today perfect for your next party. We're going to make a polenta and quinoa grilled finger that's going with a beetroot dip. In front of me here, I've got a slab of polenta that we prepared earlier, and it's unusual. When I'm working with dishes like this, often people say they try and find shortcuts to make some of the traditional dishes, but polenta is one of those really beautiful cathartic dishes that you can make at home and stand and stir and get ready. And by adding the quinoa, you get a whole new dimension to the polenta. It's also got some rosemary and some parmesan in there, and it's been laid in a tray here with baking paper, which makes it really easy for me to remove. So I can simply lift that out, place it on a board, and then it's ready to cut. I'm going to cut it into pieces about finger size. So for this particular slab here, I'll cut it down the center and then go along the edge. So just take your knife, cuts really easily, make sure you go all the way through, and then start cutting into, you need them finger size because you don't want them to break on the grill. So cutting these all the way through, and you can see out of this piece that we've got here, we'll actually get quite a few serves. So it's ideal for a function where you've got, or a party where you've got friends coming over, and you want to cook something for them that's a little bit different. And then what I'm going to do is to get a tray, which I've actually pre-lined with some alfoil. I'm just going to give that a little spray with olive oil just to stop the polenta from sticking, so just a little spray with olive oil. And then start placing the polenta onto the tray, ready to crisp it up. Leave a little bit of a gap between the pieces. You don't want them to be too close together so that when they're actually cooking, the heat can get round the pieces and make sure that they're nice and crisp all the way around. And just to make sure that they're extra crispy when they've been under the griller, give them a spray with olive oil just to finish them off, just prior to popping them in the oven. And now for our beets. Beetroot is probably one of my favourite vegetables. Remember, when you're buying them, if you buy them whole like this, don't throw the leaves away, especially when they're in such beautiful condition. They can be chopped off and used in salads because they're really delicious in salads. Now what we've done here, we've got some beetroots that we've taken off from the plants, peeled, wrapped in alfoil and baked in the oven until they're nice and tender. Beetroot's really messy. A little bit of cling on the board means that you won't be washing your board for hours after you've actually chopped the beetroot up. So these beetroots have been cooked, they're beautiful and tender. We're going to cut them probably into about eighths, just so that they go into the blender reasonably well. I've done the messy bit, the gloves are off, so we're going to go straight to the rest of the ingredients. Into the blender with the garlic, some chili, not too much chili, some cinnamon, some cumin, and some yogurt. Now I've got some lemon juice ready here as well. I'm actually going to add the lemon juice when I start blending, just to make sure that I keep the consistency of the beetroot dip nice and firm. Now, you can blend as much as you like to. I like my dips to be fairly chunky, so I'm going to be very cautious blending this and just get myself to a consistency that I'm happy with. And one thing that you want to be doing as you're actually making this is just taste it occasionally. And just check the seasoning. I tend to find that anything that comes from under the ground needs a fair bit of salt. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that. A little bit of pepper. And I'll just add lemon juice that I squeezed earlier. Just going to scrape the bowl down a little bit because there are some chunky bits on the side. Taste again, and don't forget, no double dipping. That's perfect. I'm just going to finish this off with one last little blast. And it's as simple as that. We're ready to go. When you've made your dip, make sure it's got a consistency that ensures that it won't drip on your guests. There's nothing worse than beetroot on a white dress. I can clean this cling away now, so my board's nice and clean. Got a bowl to present in, so I'm going to carefully load this bowl with my beautiful beetroot dip in anticipation of those fabulous crispy polenta and quinoa fingers. So that's our beetroot dip finished. So here we have it. Polenta and quinoa chips, nice and crispy, perfect for the next function. And don't forget, it's a great vegetarian option.